Hello and welcome to Housing TV News at the top of the hour, coming to you from our studio in the nation's capital, Abuja. Federal government ICPC signed Memorandum of Understanding to strengthen transparency, accountability in health. Vice President of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, has boasted that the nation's economy has turned a corner and is on the path of sustained growth. Shettima, who said with perseverance the government will create a Nigeria where every citizen could thrive, however, called on the leadership of the National Assembly to uphold their scared responsibility by prioritizing unity and national development over political divisions and partisan interests. He spoke last night when President Bola Tinubu hosted the leadership and members of the House of Representatives to iftar at the new banquet hall of the State House in Abuja. Speaking on behalf of the president, he further assured Nigerians that the government's economic policies were yielding results. Commending President Bola Tinubu's leadership, he described him as a man of vision and inclusivity.
So let's serve with humility. The president has served well. The economy has turned the corner, and we are on a path to sustain growth. He has shown leadership. He has shown magnanimity. He has shown the ability to reach out to the other side of the aisles and embrace all tendencies. Just 2 weeks ago, he signed the bill for the establishment of the Federal University of Applied Sciences in Kachia in Kaduna State. You and I know that in terms of performance, the APC performed woefully in Southern Kaduna. But leadership is about inclusivity. And just last Friday, he signed up. Who is the chairman, who is the pro-chancellor of the Kachia University? Is his very good friend, Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka. This is called leadership. Right, honorable members, I think the president deserves much more than that. We need to rise and listen.
Earlier, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, assured the President that every member of the House of Representatives was in his support, noting that the policies of the government were for the betterment of the people and Nigeria as a country. On behalf of the House, the Speaker donated the sum of 705 million naira, which he said was a 6-month 50% deduction from their salaries to augment the humanitarian engagement of the President and to support vulnerable people in the country.
To show our concern to the entire people of Nigeria that the predicament they were in, we also felt it. And because of that, we took a resolution that from July 2024 to December 2024, we will sacrifice 50% of our basic salaries, so that we will now set that money aside and contribute and donate to you, so that you can also use it to look at the targeted areas in Nigeria where we have vulnerable people who are in need of food, shelter, accommodation, clothing, and what have you. We leave it to you to decide on where you want to intervene. But it is a symbolic contribution from the House to show you, as well as show the whole entire nation, that the passage of that particular period was being felt by each and every one of us. And in that regard, Your Excellency, I'm happy to inform you that the House contributed the sum of 705 million naira, being 50% of our monthly salary for a period of 6 months. And we want to use this opportunity of this particular occasion, which we deliberately postpone all this while, because we the Muslims believe any good deed you do during Ramadan, God will multiply it multiple times. So we believe that there is no better time to make this presentation to you than in this holy month of Ramadan.
The federal government has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) to strengthen transparency, accountability and governance in Nigeria's health sector. Dr. Ali Pate, Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, announced the development on Monday via his official X handle, emphasizing the significance of financial integrity in healthcare service delivery. He stated that the agreement signed on behalf of the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare underscores President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment to his renewed hope agenda and the Nigerian Health Sector Renewal Initiative. The MOU was signed alongside ICPC Chairman Dr. Musa Adamu Aliyu San and is aimed at addressing long-standing gaps in procurement, contract execution, and resource allocation within the healthcare system. Now, still on health matters, the medical bills of some patients receiving treatment at the Federal Medical Center, Yola, for various ailments have been paid by Sheyi Tinubu in the spirit of Ramadan. The president's son equally distributed food items to the people at orphanage homes and mosques in Yola before he had iftar with young stakeholders. Speaking at the iftar, Mr. Tinubu encouraged young people to remain patriotic to the country with hope of becoming future leaders. He used the forum to highlight the achievement of Tinubu-led administration, particularly in youth-oriented programs.
In the North, we have done educational school programs. In the North, we have given iPads out. Everything I say, like our other friend used to say, go and verify it. Health-wise, we have done medical programs.
Governor Amadou Fintiri appreciated the president's son's initiative, which he claimed has no political undertone.
I say I'm standing in for my principal, but you should equally know that I'm a commissioner of youth and sport in Adamawa State, and this program is organized by a youth, son of a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But what I want to assure you is that this program is not about party. I'm a member of a PDP. It's an APC man. We are here because we brought development for our youth in the state. So anything that will improve the life and standard of our people and the development of our youth will be part of that program.
President settled the bills of various wards in the hospital, thereby alleviating some pains for some patients. And he was very passionate. You could see in his eyes the emphatic nature he exhibited. He tried to put himself in their shoes. And he now said, okay, all these people, the same issue, can put their bill and is going to settle it.
Sheyi Tinubu also visited the palace of Lamido Adamawa, seeking for the royal blessing of the traditional ruler before he departed Yola. The newly inaugurated chairman of the board of the Specialist Hospital, Jalingo, Dr. Jali Saleh, led a familiarization visit to the hospital to assess its current condition and identify key areas for improvement. The visit aligns with the directives of His Excellency Dr. Agbu Kefas, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, to strengthen healthcare services in the state. During the visit, Dr. Saleh highlighted the urgent need for intervention in the hospital to ensure that residents receive high-quality medical care without seeking treatment outside the state. He reaffirmed the board's commitment to revitalizing the facility and improving healthcare delivery. Expressing gratitude to Governor Agbu Kefas for the trust placed in him and his team, Dr. Saleh commended the governor's dedication to the health sector, noting that his administration's vision will significantly enhance medical services in Taraba State. We take a pause here. News stories from the build sector are up next. Stay with us.
Get credible and authentic housing news at your fingertips by downloading the Housing TV mobile app. You can also join the African International Housing Show live from across the globe through the Housing TV mobile app. The mobile app features live streaming and trending housing news. You can locate the AIHS venue via the app, network with AIHS seasoned speakers, and live chat with exhibitors. You can also order house or building materials at AIHS via this app. Download the Housing TV mobile app now from the App Store and Google Play Store. And don't forget to click on the notification button. Available for both iOS and Android users. Housing TV is also on Star Times, channel 149 decoder.
Glad to have you join us back on Housing TV News at the top of the hour. Now to the build sector. In readiness for the digital drone mapping of Abuja, the Office of the Surveyor General of the Federation has briefed the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority and the Federal Capital Development Authority. A statement from the Surveyor General's office signed by the Head of Information and Public Relations, Henry David, said the necessary clearance had also been obtained from the Office of the National Security Advisor and the Military for Safety Operational Risks Assessment. In his opening remarks at the briefing, the Surveyor General of the Federation, Abdul Ganiyu Adebomehin, lauded all the government organizations for their collaboration to make the project a success. Reiterating part of the benefits of the drone digital mapping, Adebomehin said that once the 3D mapping is concluded, it could serve many uses, including deployment in agriculture. The head of photogrammetry and remote sensing, Hafiz Aziz, whose office it is to supervise the project, said during drone digital mapping exercises, the privacy of members of the public and their safety would not in any way be compromised. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dengiwa, has revealed that the federal government, through the ministry, is currently working to deliver houses in the next decade as part of efforts to reduce housing deficit in the country. The minister made the disclosure in Abuja during the Public-Private Partnership PPP Renewed Hope Housing Summit with the theme Leveraging Public-Private Partnerships PPPs to deliver the Renewed Hope agenda for housing. Dangiwa stated that Nigeria is currently battling a housing deficit of about 28 million, putting many citizens in an uncomfortable situation where they are unable to access basic shelter.
With a consortium of developers under the phase 1 of the MOU, we aim to deliver 7 renewed hope cities targeting the Federal Capital Territory, Lagos, Kano, Maiduguri, Enugu, Port Harcourt and Nasarawa with effective demand for housing. As most of you are already aware, construction is already in progress with 6,612 housing units underway. The FCT was 3,112, Lagos 2,000 units, and Kano 2,000 units. The housing types include apartment buildings with 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units, as well as terraces, duplexes, and even bungalows. The target beneficiaries for this component are the upper middle to higher income earners residing in major cities across the country. I'm also happy to report that today we are aligned with a landmark housing development partnership agreement with Shelter Africa Development Bank. The Africa's Pan-African Housing Finance Institution, where Nigeria is second largest shareholder. This partnership aims to deliver 5,000 housing units in its first phase, with plans for nationwide expansion. This agreement is historic because it marked the first time the federal government through the ministry is directly collaborating with Sharp TV to access developer finance for affordable housing. Previously, the bank primarily support private developers catering high-income earners.
And now to Kano State, where the Governor, Abba Yusuf, has sworn in Ibrahim Wudil as the new Commissioner for Housing Development. The Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Haruna Dedevi, administered the oath of government, the oath at Government House, Kano. After the swearing-in, Governor Yusuf urged Wadil to utilize his extensive expertise to drive the state's development and congratulated him on his new role. The governor urged Wadil to ensure the effective utilization of cities developed during the administration of Rabiu Kwankwaso, including Kwankwasiya, Bandirawo, and Amana cities. The governor expressed confidence in Wadil's ability, citing his decades-long experience as an architect and his previous role as the managing director of the Kano State Urban Planning and Development Authority. In Delta State, the state governor, Sheriff Oborowori, has appealed to real estate firms in the state to help in reducing the cost of rents payable on rented properties in the state. The governor, represented by his chief of staff, Johnson Irijo, made the appeal on Monday at the 13th anniversary and annual convention of Property World African Network Marketing Company in Asaba, the state capital. The governor lauded the visionary leadership of the company, stating that it had redefined excellence in the real estate sector. And from the foreign scene, the total value of the UK's housing market rose by 22.3 billion euros, or 6.3% year-on-year in 2024, according to Savills' latest market analysis. Savills revealed the market's value expanded to 379 billion euros, equating to 1.1 million transactions at an average sale price of 343,822 euros. The property firm said the 22.3 billion euros increase was primarily driven by a 24.3 billion euros rise in the use of mortgage debt, up 18.1% in 2023. Savills said while equity put down by mortgaged buyers rose by 6.3 billion euros, or 9.5%, spending among cash buyers fell by 8.4 billion euros, or 5.4%, which in turn meant cash and equity fell to 58% of the total spend on housing. Lucian Cook, head of residential research at Savills, said total spending shifted back into positive territory with stability returning to the mortgage markets. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has defended his decision to launch a series of airstrikes across the Gaza Strip, which Palestinian officials say killed at least 200 people, describing the action as a response to stalled ceasefire negotiations with Hamas. The strikers, which began recently, marked Israel's most intense assault on the enclave since a truce took effect in January. Israeli officials said the military operation was open-ended and expected to widen in the coming days. Netanyahu's office said the offensive was promoted by what it described as Hamas' failure to engage meaningfully in talks to extend the ceasefire. According to a statement from Netanyahu's office, it stated that the offensive was promoted by what it described as Hamas' failure to engage meaningfully in talks to extend the ceasefire. It further added that Israel will from now on act against Hamas for increasing military strength. The White House confirmed it had been consulted prior to the operation and expressed support for Israel.
and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.